This is Rylos Kar, a man that once used to be human, but is no longer. During the time of the Second Era, he rose to prominence in the great fight against Molag Bal. When Molag Bal's forces attacked Tamriel, he was there in the front lines, him and all of his friends. During his time in Tamriel, Rylos Kar was great friends with Vanish Galarian and Mana Marco, the would-be King of Worms. He knew the men personally and trained to win them, although he had personal animosity towards both men. Rylos Kar, friends with a Khajiit named Duraz, joined the Dark Brotherhood in the ancient eras of the Second Age. Rylos Kar was a bloody man. Most of what he touched he destroyed. He remembered a life long past. He struggled to remember that even back in the Second Era. Once he was bitten by a vampire, things changed for him. Things that he loved were now gone. He remembered a wife, a child, stolen from him by Mana Marco, the King of Worms. And one evening he went to sleep as the sun was about to rise. He slipped into his coffin in his private home, confident that he was safe there. But he could not escape in the morning. He clawed and dug at the inside of the stone coffin, unable to move it. He was trapped. Inside the cold grave he went mad. As years passed, time slipped by. He had a hazy vision of the things that happened. This later Second Era, the rise of Tiber Septim, the Third Era, the events of Morrowind. He started to awake, for he had gone mad and slipped into a stupor, almost a hibernation state, unable to move. But events that happened in Cyrodiil sparked his mind awake once more. And while he wasn't fully awake, his eyes would flutter every once in a while. He would remember and he would see the things that are happening in the world around him. He could reach out with his mind and see events as they occurred. He could see an Argonian battle mage rise to prominence and become the hero of Kavach. He could see the invasion of Mehrunes Dagon's forces all across the entirety of Tamriel and the changes that forced upon people. In the wake of that, so much happened. Morrowind was destroyed, and the rise of the Aldmeri Dominion led to a huge war between man and Mer. Then in the Fourth Era, as a presence passed by his coffin, but he remembered the place. He could feel and knew where he was. But he knew a great presence had passed by him. The dragons had awoken. Things had happened. Alduin was back. In dire need, Akatosh arose a champion known as the Dragonborn. And this Dragonborn passed by him, inches from his own coffin where he was still trapped within Hamar's Shame. The Dragonborn known as Malryn, a man who had attempted to slip across the border from Hammerfell, rose to prominence, first in the Thieves' Guild, and then eventually, casting off crime and his own petty interests, he rose to prominence as a hero and saved Tamriel from the return of the dragons that had been asleep for all these years. He destroyed Alduin. Malryn faded into obscurity as well. Then came another, this one a Khajiit, looking to solve a mystery, coming all the way from elsewhere to find his family and to find those responsible for destroying his people. The Khajiit Duraz. This Duraz settled the civil war, helping to destroy Ulfric's Stormcloak and help the Imperial armies win and reunite Tamriel. However, the peace was very short, as others rose to prominence within the Stormcloaks. War still broiled across the landscape of Skyrim. In the fullness of time, this Khajiit found and destroyed the man responsible for all the problems in his personal life. He had helped to rebuild Helgen only to see it destroyed once more. This Khajiit destroyed the one known as Mashan, an evil one, who was trying to unite all forces of evil across Skyrim. Bandits, skooma dealers, assassins. Duraz was able to destroy the Dark Brotherhood, of which Rylos Kar had a special place in his heart for, given his past. But none of these things could Rylos Kar stop. He was still trapped within the coffin, forgotten about. He had heard about the mad ramblings of the god of madness, Sheol-Gorath, through his prophet, a Khajiit once connected to this Mashan, who was unleashed after Mashan's death, promising the rise of an army of mudcrabs that would destroy all of Tamriel. Strangely, this odd creature, Jakatani, the strange, deranged lunatic of a Khajiit, faded also into obscurity. But now, the chains of his coffin had fallen away, and it took him days to gather the strength to open the lid. And when he did, he found himself in a cave, frozen over, full of other vampires. Most of them looked upon him with disdain. But he could tell, just by the smell of them, they were very young,
Yes?
very stupid and inexperienced, but that something else had awoken on Skyrim. Vampires had returned in number, which had attracted those who wanted to see them destroyed. But also a great force had also awoken in Solstheim, just across the border, in Morrowind. Also, all the Daedric princes had turned their eyes and their attentions and their gazes upon Skyrim, still a war-torn land full of death and destruction. Bandits still raged across the land, mostly still intact, organized, under the leadership of the bandit king Gordo.
Don't speak to me, meat.
So now Rylos Kar, weakened from years of lack of drinking the precious blood, and all he knew was a burning desire to drink. This is the story of Rylos Kar, the vampire, the necromancer, the mage. Hey, it's Mad Rabbit. We're back. Had a short little intro. It just kind of went over all the previous Let's Plays of Rylos, well, all the continuity that Rylos Kar is basically playing into. I still cannot figure out where I got that little weird little red mark on his face. Even though I did not see that during the editing phase. I don't know, maybe that's part of the Better Vampires mod. That's horrible though. I don't like that at all. So I may have to go and adjust his face or something at the face sculptor at some later point in time. But for right now, we're just going to assume that maybe he got his lips split open during the war of the Second Era. So here we are in the cave once more, where we're about ready to leave before. And in between episodes I've done some work. I've added a new mod, which is actually not listing here, strangely enough. The Castle Volkihar redo, which is going to have not an effect immediately, but it's going to be our eventual player housing as we travel through the Dawnguard DLC, which is what we're going to aim for. The Dawnguard DLC in this playthrough, we're going to aim for possibly Solstheim, which I kind of hinted at in the intro. Only because those things have not been touched upon by the previous role plays, and because I'm trying to keep the same continuity, that's sort of what we're doing. I've added another mod from last episode, like a realistic crime report distance mod. Because I guess normally it's 4,000 units or feet or something like that, which was a little ridiculous, so we added a mod that's going to make it like 1,000. So I've done a little play testing with another vampire character off the air. So yeah, this is a viable build. We're going to try to avoid using healing as far as restoration goes. And we're going to try and avoid it using alchemy both. I know I was saying possibly doing alchemy last time, but I'm thinking no. I'm thinking more towards we're going to have to, the only way we're going to be able to stay alive and stay powerful is through blood potions, which Better Vampires does allow for. So we're going to go for that. So now, Rylos Kar bursting forth into the world of Skyrim. Well, alright, it's cold out here, but he doesn't feel it. He is extremely thirsty. So he wants blood. More than anything else right now. He's a blood-starved vampire. He does not remember much. In fact, he only has those hazy images of his past. In fact, he doesn't even really remember the events of the Second Era very clearly. As you can see, I've given him some abilities. Let's see here. I've given him Ice Lance, which is one of the forgotten magic things to start off with. So he has just this until we find the other stuff. And he's got his vampire abilities, which are not bad. Should probably just add some of these to his favorites list here. Also, these episodes are going to be heavily edited, meaning when things pop up, which we're going to see here soon, you won't see it, but I will, that conflict with the continuity, I am editing those out I am presenting to you a story. This is not a Let's Play. It's not even a roleplay Let's Play per se. It is roleplay, but it's going to be like I'm presenting you a story of Rylos Kar, basically tackling a lot of the quest lines that I did not tackle in previous roleplay Let's Plays and storytelling. I'm calling it a storytelling because I'm telling one giant continuity through all the roleplay Let's Plays I do of all the Elder Scrolls stuff. And whether they lean more towards Let's Plays or role plays or I'm in character or whatever they happen to be, that's simply what they are, you know. So I'm going to be editing out the stuff coming down here because we're walking right towards Helgen. If you know alternate state level and other life, that mod, I'm going to end up triggering that and basically triggering the events of what happened in Helgen. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to pursue that much, but I'm going to have to pursue that just to be able to get into the city of Whiterun, because they won't let you in unless you report that the dragon came to Helgen, and all that stuff you will not see. And so there's examples like that you will not see. So I'm going to be recording a lot of footage and I end up chopping it out. So as we walk through these stormy vales, yeah, I ain't quite pathetic. Plus, I thought that was a wolf, and it wasn't. How lovely! I literally have no magicka. That cost all my magicka, and I have no weapon.
I'll spare you, for now. So, why'd you join the Stormcloaks?
I don't want some snotty elf telling me what gods I can and can't
Thank you
worship.
for severely injuring me, that's great. So the Stormcloaks don't, they're not dead. They're not gone. Whoever rose up to prominence to take over, that's news of Rylos Kar. And so while he wanted to just go in and just start draining them of blood, there's too many of them that are well armed, and he couldn't do it right now. And there's a whole camp of them here. This war's still raging across the land, and it's for him it's like confusing. He hasn't fully grasped that the war is still raging, and that in his mind he thought it ended with the death of Ulfric Stormcloak, because he saw visions of Duraz doing that. Hazy visions. He didn't see all the details, but it did happen nonetheless. He's completely unfamiliar with these roads. He's probably been here before during the Elder Scrolls Online 2nd era. So he'll maybe start to recognize the landscape a little bit. Might even see and recognize Helgen to some extent. I don't know, he might not be able to really tell exactly what these places are for some time before he gets sort of oriented to what's going on here. So that's a problem. He's basically got no magicka. He's got no ability to defend himself. So we'll have to practice some of our conjuration, remembering what to do. All Rylos remembers is just this one basic Conjure Familiar spell that he perhaps learned in as a student. Alright, going into the Helgen's Keep cave here. From a role-playing point of view, we're going to pretend this is just a cave he happens upon here. And he finds some unwitting victims. Let's try and drink your blood. Can't. Unfortunately, this guy's dying, so we're going to extract the blood. No, I'm not going to do that yet, but see, the thing is, these sorts of things will eventually break the game. But I am going to enthrall some people. And you can babble all you want. Does not matter to me. Okay, so when Giant Stone crushed that guy, yay! Alright, so we broke into this cave. Rylos was able to feed. Actually, he wasn't able to feed so much as he was able to get 2 blood potions off of this guy, but he gave this other guy his potions, which are kind of useless. See, he can still drink potions for magicka and stamina, but healing potions he will not drink. Now, this will heal 100 points and give you some magicka and stamina back, so we're going to be heavily reliant upon this. I'm drinking one of them right now. That's a blood bar on the side there, part of the Better Vampires mod. So you will occasionally see that pop up, but we're not going to be following him back to Riverwood. We're going to be following our own path to Riverwood.
It's probably best if we split up. Good luck. I wouldn't have.
Alright, we're going to ignore the fact that that guy is babbling. That did not happen. I don't know why I'm gathering alchemy ingredients. I probably shouldn't even bother with him. It's like a force of habit. You know, you kind of... almost every character dabbles in the alchemy, whether or not they go full bore into it or not, you know. So it's just a force of habit. So I have to kind of force myself not to grab alchemy with this guy. Now I have a mod installed called Aurora Standing Stones, which changes the effects. You'll get an active effect and a passive effect. I do not remember what they are. So let's just grab one and see what... Alright, those under the sign of the mage cast stronger, longer lasting spells and scrolls. They can use one random school they can empower, which basically makes it much more powerful. So, Rylos will definitely do that one. But you'll notice it's not like a plus bonus to... it's not a plus bonus to anything. So it's right here, called Ascension. So if we get into combat, which we surely will. Now this game has a tendency to just crash the desktop randomly. So we're going to try and remember to quick save it like crazy. Particularly when you're in the outer world like this. Wow, my first victims here. Who do I pick? Now I'm loosely basing this build off of Zarek's builds. Or actually several of his builds, because he had a lot of really good mods suggestions for his Cold Harbor Vampire, which sort of where I got the idea of doing a run with this. I won't be going into the Riverwood Trader, or if I do, I'll be editing it out. So, because you'll get the same dialogue, and they already have the claw. So, there you go. Now we want to start making. We want to start drinking blood here, and making minions. We're going to need them. I am pathetically weak.
But he believes me. But I tell you, I saw a dragon.
I was a little too close to be able to drain right in front of his mother there. Alright, let's see here. We want to get rid of some stuff that we had picked up from those dead bodies. That's a big thing. He's basically got no very little money. Alright, now.
We have to go through town and across the bridge to get to Bleak Falls Barrow. You can see it from here, though. The mountain just over the buildings. Those thieves must be mad hiding out there. Those old crypts are filled with nothing but traps, trolls, and who knows what else.
Thank you.
I wonder why they only stole Lucan's golden
Beginning to
claw.
feel the
I mean, we
power.
have plenty of things in the shop that are worth just as much coin. Lucan found the claw about a year after the opening.
I need thralls. In case you're wondering, my main focus is to grab mostly for my thralls people that are or would be followers for that you can get normally in game. So I was thinking, because I almost wanted to copy exactly what Zarek had done in his video. He had started off at Riverwood and enthralled Sven and that archer guy both, the Wood Elf. Sort of forgot the other one's name. Okay, so onward to Whiterun. Now, all we can do right now is practice on mud crabs. To level up. Pathetic. The hero of Tamriel. Reduced to killing mud crabs just to learn how to use his craft. How pathetic. Alright, let's see if we can hit this guy. Didn't kill him. I don't get enough magic to cast the second time. That's wonderful. One dead. Yeah, we're literally going to have to fight them like fisticuffs here, aren't we? Get away from me, wolf. Get away. Ah. And that's mainly for making money, mind you. So if you remember, so you get some improvement in skill, but I suppose. Alright. Now, you cannot drain blood from animals, I've noticed. And I think later on, as you advance in level with the vampire stuff, that you will eventually be able to drain other vampires, but right now, that's why I couldn't drain them as I was walking out of the cave. See, trying to drain in town when the sun's up is a bad idea. Maybe we should go back to Riverwood. My initial plan seemed like a better idea.
I'll kill you if I have to.
It's a giant.
Good enough.
Nothing of
You
interest.
handle yourself well. You could make for a decent shield, brother.
They smell weird.
An outsider, eh? Never heard of the Companions? An order of warriors. We are brothers and sisters in honor. And we
Sadly,
shall
I have heard
solve
of you.
problems if the coin is good enough.
Companions. Oh yes, I traveled through the lands. I traveled through these lands before. I know who you are. You don't remember me, but I remember you.
Your skin's as pale as the snow. You scared of sunlight or something?
Strange. How did they become werewolves? The companions of my time never were werewolves. I am so tired out right now. I have no stamina. My health is not recovering. The daylight, the sun. Thankfully, it's at least a little bit cloudy out. I gotta get into an inn. I think I have enough money. Yeah, I have enough money to get to an inn. I cannot run. I cannot even drain her. I got witnesses everywhere here. Obviously, purchasing lockpicks is going to be important too, because to be able to get into the people's houses and stuff. Can't wait for the sun to set. Feeling sick.
Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. Morin's the finest weapons in armor.
Yes, this is the way it should be. Added merchant gold. Much more. I can actually sell my stuff. I will buy your lockpicks. That's all I can buy.
I suppose you don't need to worry
My
about
bellow floors. I'll at least buy a few of the other things I have. I'm going to keep these apprentice robes on for now. This is all my wealth gone down the drain here. What an interesting shop you have. I don't see any witnesses either.
Ah! Whoa! What did you do?
You'll forget this in a moment. Don't worry, Belethar. It's all okay. It's okay.
I can tell you're a discriminating customer.
Yes,
but
I am a discriminating customer. See, you forgot already. It's okay.
Nothing. And what a...
Time to rent a room.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. Think I got a clean mug around here somewhere?
Downright sick. Well, how about a...
If it's work you need, how about chopping up some wood for the fires?
Yes, I'll need work because I need money.
Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter.
Oh, that's good. Do you have a room?
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room, right this way.
Please do. One thing I want to check real quickly. He's not here. There was a guy. I think it's this guy.
Got something to say? Take a look.
I might be able to get another one of the forgotten magic spells. I already have Ice Lance, so I guess it doesn't matter. I wouldn't have been able to afford it, of course, so that's why I gave myself that. Blight Curse would be nice, but again, I'm a little short on the money for that. Frostbite. Blasted Cold does 10 points of damage per second. I think we'll buy that and Oak Flesh. I think we are going to do alteration after all, is what I'm saying. So we'll pick up those. Look at the bounty. Someone in Redoran's Retreat. Well, we'll look into that. Probably in the morning, because we need money. So I'm gonna. Yeah, we're in the morning here. We gotta get to. Gotta get into the evening when the sun sets. I might go back to Riverwood. Get those minions that I was looking into. I thirst, and not for that wine. Get the heck out of here. Find somebody somewhere I can
Have you
drain.
heard? There's been another forsworn.
Perhaps a guard off patrolling some remote section of this place. No, I can't spare a coin. Get away from me. About that cave. Nope. Interesting. Are you alone, my friend?
Hey, what the? Keep your damn magic to yourself.
That guy thankfully does not see. He's right behind the corner, though.
Fool! The Imperial Legion will have your blood.
Gotta leave. Before they see. That helps. Oh, I feel so much better. How long will it take to return to my old power? I don't know. Now, I'm feeling much, much better. Ah.
I and the clone have been
This fool.
anointed by the Ninth to spread his holy word. And deserve our praise you do, for we are what?
Can I feed on you too?
Ere you ascended, and the eighth
There are
became
guards around, but they're
mine.
not paying much attention to me.
You walked among us, great Talos, not
Speaks of Talos, that's great.
but
I
as
don't remember
ma-
him.
Is someone there?
Dead. None the wiser. I gotta be careful though. They're gonna see me. They're gonna know. They're gonna learn. I have to leave town. I have to leave town immediately. I have no friends to back me up. There are vampire hunters all across the lands. I must leave right now. I've already drained 2 people in this pathetic town. Just sell what I
Let
got
me know
here.
if you see anything you like.
Yes, yes.
Everything's for sale. Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Get rid of those things. I could break down that ring probably at some point. I know where we're supposed to go for that.
Do come back.
Well, do I go to this bandit camp and just die? I don't know if I'll be able to take them out. Like I was telling you before, I don't know for sure. Even though I got perks, I can do magicka. I don't really know it's going to be very helpful for me right now. So I think I might actually put it into alteration. Well, at least it's nighttime. My time to shine. I'm gonna go. What are you doing here? Let's save some of that for tomorrow. Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't throw you. No, I better leave you alive. I've got too many, I've already got too many people in this town suspicious. I killed a guard and I killed another man. That's probably pretty prominent standing out there. Let's go. Alright, let's travel back to Riverwood. See if I can find some way to perhaps get some new followers. What about you? You're still out here isolated and alone.
Hey! Stop that!
It's too bad for you, my friend. Better let him live. Still within the jurisdiction of the other area. Unfortunately, I don't see people that I want out here. Perhaps they're in the inn. Unfortunately, I cannot do anything in the inn. It's too public.
Orgnar.
Yeah, my idea was to get Sven and the elf. So
The ale is going bad. We need to get a new
I
batch.
don't see the elf anywhere.
Did you hear me?
Greetings, Gore.
Yep,
That armor
ale's going
looks like
bad.
it could use a polish.
I guess you don't have potatoes in your ears after all. Just make sure we get
So
a fresh
does your
batch in
pitch,
soon.
boy. Didn't I
Come
tell
on in.
you
We
last
got
time
warm
to
food,
be
warm
more
drinks, and warm
specific?
beds.
If you want someone's business, point out the stain on their chest plate or the blood on their boots.
But you don't have any stains on your chest plate.
I like his attitude.
Go tend to the chickens, boy.
Feindal thinks he can woo Camilla Valerius away from me. She's already mine, I keep telling him.
Well, I don't know who you're talking about. So you and this Faendal are after the same girl, is that what you're saying?
Camilla Valerius knows I'm the best man in Riverwood. That elf is kidding himself if he thinks she would choose him over me. I've seen him sneaking over to the Riverwood trader to speak with her when I'm not around. He's wasting his time.
Sounds like the persistent type. I'm gonna do something about it.
You may be right. Camilla may see Faendal as little more than a friend, but why take chances? Here, give Camilla this letter. It's full of venomous nonsense. Tell her it's from Faendal.
Someone discorded a small town. Well, how have I sunken so far as to do that? Alright, well, I guess I will. Are they open at this hour? They apparently are. Well, I will sow the seed of discord amongst these two.
Mara bless you for agreeing to help us.
I have a letter from Faendal.
From Faendal? That's strange. He's never written to me before. What is this? Is this what he really thinks about me? Well, you can tell that long-eared ass not to come around the store anymore. He's not welcome.
Oh, I'll be sure to tell him.
Lucan and I will be waiting for you.
This all works to
back in the
my
shop.
plans. Alright. That's enough for one day.